Welcome back to Purpose Driven Passive Profits. If you have a large tax liability, it's coming to the end of the year. If you're going to owe 150, maybe 200, maybe up to $300,000 or $350,000 in taxes, this show right here might be the most valuable thing you've ever heard. We're going to show you how you can wipe out that entire liability, get your taxes down to zero this calendar year.
Hey, accredited investors, I'm excited to announce that we have a new deal right now. It's a 49-unit building located in the horse capital of the world, Lexington, Kentucky. This is where the majority of the Kentucky Derby winning horses come from. Its rents on this building are 15% below market for renovated units in the area. To learn more, all you got to do is go to homeinvest.com or click in the link down in the description below. Always consult with a tax advisor, financial planner, or attorney before making an investment decision. Having said all that, all you have to do is go to homeinvest.com or click in the description down below.
If you're new to the show, his name is Nate Armstrong. He's the founder and CEO of Home Invest. My name is Steve Warner, and I am the Chief Investment Officer, and this is Purpose Driven Passive Profits. This is a real estate show based on being a great steward of your income. If you've read Matthew 25, the parable of the talents, that is kind of the overall strategy of our business. Nate, how are you doing today?
Doing great, Steve, and appreciate you guys, everyone accommodating me as I travel. I'm at the cabin right now with the family, and I'm looking forward to this episode, though, because it's tax time right around the corner, and this is how we can legally wipe out up to 100% of tax liabilities.
Awesome. I am also traveling. This is a special edition. Maybe this should have been the travel edition instead. It's taxes. I am in Mexico right now, but we know that it is valuable to jump on here and do these podcasts and share with you guys. So let's jump into this, Nate. There's one key thing that makes this tax strategy work. Actually, there's two. The first one is repair versus replace. Talk to us about what this looks like.
Yeah, so I had a chance. I was working with a client who brought me into his family office, and they basically said, "Hey, Nate, show us what you can do." I showed them what we could do in real estate, and they said, "Well, Nate, you got to pull these special levers over here." And I'm like, "What? What?" And they started talking about this repair versus replace thing. So think of this like all the people out there who maybe have bought some kind of property in the past. They probably had a contractor at one point or another come in and do some kind of repair to the place. The moment that they did, they probably gave that receipt or that invoice to their CPA, and their CPA filed it as just like any other regular expense. They did a capital expenditure, which essentially means that they could depreciate it over a long period of time. Well, what this family office showed me is that repairs on rental properties, they actually can be taken as an expense or a tax deduction this calendar year. Now, this is massive because most CPAs, when you hand them that scope of work from the contractor, whether it's $30,000 or $300,000, most CPAs kind of sweep it under the rug as the long capital expenditure, therefore not giving their clients tax savings this calendar year. And what this family office showed me is that we can actually pull the lever and make that a repair this year, 100% tax deductible this year on anything that's a repair. So it opened my eyes to a whole new world of tax savings.
Okay, so you might be listening to this and you might be saying, yeah, but if I'm going to invest passively in a syndication deal, if I'm going to invest passively with you guys or with somebody else, I don't get to take all of that right now. So what we have for you is something different. Can we tell the story? We're not going to name our client, but we had a client who came to us with a $180,000 tax liability. He wanted to be in one of our syndications, and he was like, I want to do the syndication, but it's going to cap me at $25,000 in tax, in basically a tax credit. It's not a tax credit, but it is for all intents and purposes. And we said, well, wait, we have something for you. So can we walk through what we did for him and what we can do for people that come to us with maybe a $250,000 investment that need this kind of tax savings?
Yeah. So what we did, so the cap that you're talking about, Steve, it all has to do with the status of whether you're actively involved in the real estate project or if you're passively investing. And so the IRS gets into the nitty gritty and they say, hey, if you're passive, you don't get to take all of these extras, all these extra tax credits, such as accelerated depreciation, such as bonus depreciation, such as this repair versus replace that we're talking about now. And so all that we do is we move the investor from the passive side over to the active side. What does that mean? That does not mean coming out and swinging a hammer. That does not mean dealing with tenants, toilets, all that kind of stuff. But what it does mean is that we get you actively participating in the management of the company. We, of course, handhold, guide, step by step, walk through everything that needs to be done. And we've got all the on the ground people in place to be able to execute the plans. But we do need to pass that test from the IRS, which they call it material participation. So we're going to make sure that you pass that test when you do a project like this with us.
Yeah, that's so right there. Instead of going into a syndication and being passive, you are going to join us in an active two-person partnership where you will partner with us at Home Invest. We will be in the LLC together, and we will both be actively managing the property. What this does is it allows you to take the maximum tax benefit this year. Now, the second piece to this is we are great at finding off-market deals, and we're going to find a specific property for you that should meet the repair versus replace requirement, so we can repair enough things to offset 100% of your taxes. That's the key. We're out actively finding the property, then we bring you in, you're going to manage it alongside of us, and you will get to take 100% of that tax benefit. If this sounds interesting to you, I want you to click the link down below, book a call with myself. What happens is it's homeinvest.com. That will take you to our booking page. But instead of joining us for one of our syndications, when we get on the call, you're going to tell me, hey, I have a large tax challenge. Can you help me with that? That's going to start the conversation. And there's going to be an in-depth conversation around what you need and what you're looking for, and we will get this rolling for you. I know we're going into fourth quarter. There are a lot of people out there that are going to have this tax burden, and we want to be there to help you. Nate, anything else that we need to chat about when it comes to this?
Yeah. A lot of people will say, well, hey, is this legal? Like, here's the thing, like God's blessed us. We're a fairly sizable company, and we don't do anything without dotting I's and crossing T's. I'll tell you, just in case you want to talk with your CPA and whatnot, we're following the repair versus replace. We're following the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act of 2017, and we follow accelerated depreciation. So we're not doing anything that's like magic tricks or evilness. We're doing only good legal tax practices. But when we apply all three of those together, we're able to help people wipe out up to 100% of their taxable income. In some cases, like my own, I got a refund check for 24 grand and some change when I probably should have had to pay 200 plus thousand in taxes. So anyways, that's what it's all about. It's about finding the right property, applying the right tax codes to it, and then not having to hand over so much of your money to the IRS.
Exactly. The main thing that you are going to get from us on this is we are going to go find an amazing property. We are going to then coach you through the rehab of it. We're going to sit beside you and co-manage that with you so that you get the active depreciation. Again, if you want more information, click in the link down below or go to homeinvest.com. You'll see myself there. You'll be able to book a call with me. That will get you on my calendar. And from there, we'll be able to walk you through this. All right. That will wrap up the show for today. Until next time, remember, be very good stewards of your money. We'll see you here on Purpose Driven Passive Profits. Thanks so much for listening to our show today. Here's Nate with our latest offering.
Hey, accredited investors. I'm excited to announce that we have a new deal right now. It's a 49-unit building located in the horse capital of the world, Lexington, Kentucky. This is where the majority of the Kentucky Derby winning horses come from. Its rents on this building are 15% below market for renovated units in the area. To learn more, all you got to do is go to homeinvest.com or click in the link down in the description below. Always consult with a tax advisor, financial planner, or attorney before making an investment decision. Having said all that, all you have to do is go to homeinvest.com or click in the description down below.
We'll see you soon here on Purpose Driven Passive Profits.